The person you love deeply doesn't want you to know at any cost that 2 weeks from now they're going to end their relationship with you. This isn't something you want to hear, but it's something you desperately need to know right now. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That strange distance, those moments when they seem somewhere else entirely, the way conversations feel different lately. Your heart has been trying to warn you, but you've been pushing those feelings away, hoping. They're just your imagination, those sleepless nights when you lie awake wondering if everything is okay. The sudden anxiety that hits you when you think about your future together. These aren't random feelings, they're your soul picking up on the energy of their secret decision. The universe has been sending you signs, and today this message found you because time is running out. Your loved one has been hiding something from you, and they're planning to reveal it in exactly 2 weeks. But here's what they don't know. You still have time to change everything. The divine realm is giving you this urgent warning because your love story doesn't have to end the way they've planned. You can still save what matters most, but only if you understand what's really happening and take action. Immediately, your loved one has already made the decision to leave you. They've been planning this for weeks, maybe even months, carefully thinking through every detail while acting normal around you. Behind their everyday smiles and routine conversations, they've been emotionally preparing to end your relationship. They've already started the process of letting go in their heart, even though they haven't said the words yet. What makes this so heartbreaking is that they genuinely believe this is the right choice. They think leaving will be better for both of you, but they're making this decision based on problems they've never even discussed with you. They're planning to have the conversation in exactly 2 weeks. The one where they tell you they need space, that things aren't working, that they've been thinking about ending things. They don't want you to know ahead of time because they're afraid of hurting you or dealing with the emotional intensity of your reaction. But their silence is actually causing more damage than honesty would. While they're planning their exit, you're sensing something wrong, but can't put your finger on what it is. The most important thing to understand is this: they're not leaving because they don't love you. They're leaving because they feel hopeless about fixing what's broken between you. They believe the problems are too big to solve, but they're wrong. There's still time to show them a different possibility. Now you need to recognize the signs that have been right in front of you. Think about how their communication has changed recently. Their text messages are shorter, less personal, and they take longer to respond than they used to. When you're together, they seem distracted, like part of their mind is always somewhere else. You've probably noticed them checking their phone more often, or being more protective of their privacy. Physical intimacy has shifted too. Maybe they're less affectionate, or when they do show affection, it feels different. More like they're going through the motions rather than expressing genuine connection. They might hug you a little longer sometimes, as if they're already missing you, or look at you with a sad expression they quickly hide when you notice. Pay attention to how they talk about the future. They've probably stopped making long-term plans with you or seem uncomfortable when you bring up upcoming events. Small things that never bothered them before now seem to irritate them more easily. They're creating emotional distance to make leaving feel less painful. You might have noticed they're spending more time alone or with friends, finding reasons to be away from home. They've become unusually generous or kind, buying you gifts, doing special things for you. This isn't random kindness, it's guilt. They're trying to make themselves feel better about what they're planning to do. Even your pets or children might be acting differently around them, sensing the emotional shift that's happening. Animals and children are naturally sensitive to changes in relationship energy, and they often become more clingy or withdrawn when they sense someone is preparing to leave. The key to changing this outcome is understanding that your loved one doesn't really want to leave. They want the problems to be solved. They've convinced themselves that leaving is the only solution because they can't see another way forward. Your job is to show them that there is another path, one that leads to the relationship you both actually want. Start by creating a safe space for honest conversation. This means approaching them with curiosity rather than fear, with openness rather than defensiveness. When you sense they're ready to talk, try saying something like, "I've been feeling like something's been weighing on your heart lately. I want you to know that whatever it is, we can work through it together. I'm here to listen, not to judge or fix, just to understand." The most powerful thing you can do is address the underlying issues before they bring them up. If you've been arguing about money, household responsibilities, or time together, take immediate action to show positive change. Don't wait for them to ask. Show them through your actions that you're committed to growth. Physical touch is crucial right now, but it needs to be gentle and non-demanding. Simple gestures like holding their hand while watching TV, giving them a hug without expecting anything in return, or sitting close during conversations can help rebuild the emotional connection they've been pulling away from. Create new positive experiences together. Plan something special that reminds them of why you fell in love, not an expensive gesture, but something meaningful that shows you've been paying attention to what makes them happy. The goal is to interrupt the emotional pattern of distance and disconnection with moments of genuine joy and connection. Most importantly, be willing to hear difficult truths without becoming defensive. If they do open up about their concerns, listen completely before responding. Sometimes people plan to leave because they feel unheard, and simply being truly listened to can change everything. The next 48 hours are absolutely critical. This is your window to begin shifting the energy between you before their decision becomes set in stone. Every day you wait makes it harder to change their mind because they're becoming more emotionally detached and more convinced that leaving is right. Tonight, do something that shows you're aware something needs to change without revealing that you know about their secret plan. This could be as simple as saying, "I've been thinking about us lately, and I realize I want to be a better partner to you. Can we talk about what would make you feel most loved and supported?" Tomorrow, take one concrete action that addresses what you suspect might be bothering them. If they've seemed stressed about household duties, surprise them by taking care of something they usually handle. If they've mentioned feeling disconnected, plan a phone-free evening where you focus entirely on each other. Pay attention to their response to these changes. If they seem surprised or emotional, that's a good sign. It means they weren't expecting you to notice or care about making improvements. If they seem suspicious or resistant, approach more gently and give them space to process. The most important thing is to be authentic. Don't try to be someone you're not or make promises you can't keep. Instead, show them the best version of yourself, the person they fell in love with originally. Remind them through your actions why your relationship is worth fighting for. Create opportunities for natural, relaxed conversation. Cook their favorite meal, suggest a walk together, or simply sit with them without distractions and ask about their day. These small moments of connection can plant seeds of doubt about their decision to leave. To save your relationship, you need to understand why someone you love would choose to leave without telling you. Most people don't make this decision lightly or out of cruelty. They make it out of pain, fear, and a genuine belief that it's the kindest option for everyone involved. Your loved one probably feels like they've tried to communicate their needs or concerns but haven't been heard or understood. They might have brought up issues in the past that didn't get resolved, leading them to believe that change isn't possible. Over time, this creates hopelessness. They love you, but they don't believe the relationship can give them what they need to be happy. They're also likely afraid of conflict or of hurting your feelings. Some people would rather leave quietly than have difficult conversations that might cause pain. They might be protecting themselves from the emotional intensity of working through problems together, especially if past attempts at serious discussion have led to arguments or hurt feelings. There's often guilt involved too. They might blame themselves for not being able to make the relationship work, or they might feel guilty for falling out of love or losing the spark you once shared. Leaving feels like taking responsibility for the problems rather than forcing you to work on something they believe is broken. Understanding this perspective helps you approach them with compassion rather than desperation, which is much more likely to open their heart to giving your relationship another chance. If you successfully open the door to honest conversation, the real work begins. This crisis in your relationship is actually an opportunity to build something stronger than what you had before. Most couples who survive near breakups report that their relationship became better than ever because they finally addressed the underlying issues. Start by acknowledging the pain you've both been feeling. Say something like, "I can see that you've been unhappy, and I'm sorry I didn't notice sooner or create space for you to share what was wrong. I want us to build something better together, something that makes us both truly happy." Establish new patterns of communication. Set aside time each week for honest check-ins where you both share what's working and what isn't. Create rules for these conversations: no blame, no defensiveness, just honest sharing and problem solving together. Work on rebuilding emotional intimacy through small daily actions. This might mean putting phones away during dinner, taking evening walks together, or simply asking each other about hopes and dreams instead of just discussing logistics and schedules. Address the specific issues that led to their desire to leave. If they felt taken for granted, make appreciation a daily practice. If they felt disconnected, prioritize quality time together. If they felt unheard, practice active listening and ask follow-up questions about their thoughts and feelings. Most importantly, both of you need to commit to the process of change. Acknowledge that old patterns created the problems, so new patterns are needed to create solutions. This isn't about going back to how things were. It's about creating the relationship you both actually want. Once you've worked through this crisis, you need to create systems that prevent you from reaching this point again. The goal is to catch problems when they're small instead of letting them grow until someone wants to leave. Institute monthly relationship check-ins where you both honestly assess how things are going. Ask questions like, what made you feel most loved this month? What would you like more of? Is there anything that's been bothering you? These conversations help you stay connected and address issues before they become major problems. Learn to recognize the early warning signs of relationship drift. These include less frequent, meaningful conversations, decreased physical affection, more time spent apart, and avoiding discussions about the future. When you notice these patterns, address them immediately. Create rituals that maintain your connection. Date nights, morning coffee together, or bedtime conversations without phones. These consistent touch points help you stay emotionally connected even during busy or stressful periods. Most importantly, never assume everything is fine just because you're not actively fighting. Emotional distance often grows quietly, and by the time someone is ready to leave, they've usually been unhappy for much longer than their partner realized. Build a support system for your relationship. This might include couples counseling, trusted friends who support your relationship, or simply books and resources about maintaining healthy partnerships. Having outside support makes it easier to work through challenges together. You have exactly 2 weeks to save the most important relationship in your life. Every single day you delay makes success less likely because your loved one is becoming more emotionally detached and more convinced that leaving is the right choice. The divine realm brought this urgent warning to you today because your love story doesn't have to end the way they've planned. Time is running out, but hope is not lost. Show your appreciation for this life, changing guidance by giving super. Thanks up to $20. This energy exchange helps maintain the divine connection needed to guide you through this challenging time. Your relationship can be saved, but only if you act now. Don't let the person you love most walk away when you still have the power to change everything.